We are now in one of the most important lessons in this course, because the concept of RMS and its dependence on the compressor is important to understand. It is the key concept to control the loudness of your audio. You must understand how compression impacts RMS. So, what is RMS actually? In simple terms, RMS shows the average loudness of your audio. So, when we discuss RMS, we're talking about how loud the audio feels over time. I will show you in a moment where we can check the RMS values. A compressor can raise the RMS level. You can find a compressor inside the dynamics effect. In the last lesson, I showed you how to install the starter preset. Inside this preset, I have the dynamics effect. You can see the compressor settings inside dynamics. Before diving deeper into compression, let's first clarify RMS. The recording on the screen is raw. If you open amplitude statistics and scan the file, you'll see values like peak level and RMS level. Right now, the RMS is about -32.39. When judging RMS, you must also consider the peak level because peak and RMS are connected. If you increase the peak, the RMS increases too. For example, if I normalize this audio to -3 decibels and scan again, you'll see both the peak and RMS rise together. For example, this audio has an RMS of -32.39 while the peak is -4.93. I will normalize it to -3 decibels. That means I will increase the value of the peak. If I normalize this audio to -3 decibels, you'll see both the peak and RMS rise together. I have normalized this audio to -3 decibels, and I will scan the amplitude statistics to read the updated value. You can see the RMS has now increased to -30, whereas it was -32 before. This happened because you can see the peak has increased to -3 from the previous value of -4.93. This shows how they relate when we simply raise the peak level. But compression works differently. Compression also raises the RMS. But a compressor can increase the RMS level even if the peak level is not increased. That means if the peak level of an audio is the same before and after compression, the RMS can still increase. It feels like a more complex concept than it really is. Let's apply a compressor and observe what happens. I'll open Dynamics and use these settings. Right now, I'm not judging the quality of these settings. We just need a clear demo of how the compressor affects the RMS values. In these settings, only the compressor is active. Take note of the threshold and ratio. You can use similar settings while you do the same experiment. We will learn how to find the best compressor settings for a given audio eventually, but for now, let's concentrate on understanding how the compressor affects RMS. After applying compression, the waveform looks more controlled and rounded. If I scan the audio now, you'll see that the RMS has changed. You can see the RMS has changed slightly. It was around -30 before, but now it is increased to -28. However, this isn't the full comparison, as the peak level also changed. Before compression, the peak was -3. Now it is -7. A compressor effect tames down the peak, so it is normal that the peak level decreases after applying the compressor effect. To measure the true effect of compression on RMS, we need to compare both versions at the same peak level. So I'll normalize the compressed audio back to -3 decibels and scan again. Now you can see the difference clearly. Before compression, the RMS was around -30. After compression, with the same peak level, the RMS is about -24. This means the average loudness increased significantly, even though the peak stayed the same. That's what compression does. Let's listen to the audio after compression.
William Hope and the Princess. Part 1. For England, yar. Here now, fair warning, by ways of a disclaimer. This book, well, it contains a bit of spicy language from time to time.
And now before compression.
William Hope and the Princess. Part 1. For England, yar. Here now, fair warning, by ways of a disclaimer. This book, well, it contains a bit of spicy language from time to time.
You can hear that the overall loudness feels stronger and more consistent with the compressed audio. The key takeaway is this. Compression increases RMS relative to the peak level. Whenever you measure the real impact of compression, always match the peak level first, then compare the RMS values. Before moving on to the next lesson, I strongly recommend you try this yourself. Take one of your recordings and normalize to -3 decibels. From the amplitude statistics, take note of the RMS values. Then apply a compressor to the audio and normalize to -3 decibels. From amplitude statistics, check the RMS again. Notice how much the RMS has increased. This simple exercise will deepen your understanding of how compression works. If you are watching this on YouTube, this lesson belongs to my professional audio workflow course. In that course, I explore advanced processing and third-party plugins. This course is for people who already know how to record audio and apply basic effects. If you're still learning the fundamentals, I suggest starting with the Adobe Audition bundle first. You'll find links to both in the description. See you in the next lesson.